One of my main goals in turning 40 this year has been to get in the best physical shape of my life. In Feb, I ran my first half marathon. I've been doing ice baths most days, and I've reached my personal best doing 20 consecutive chin-ups. But I want to keep up with the challenges, and I've been invited to join a few of my friends on a long-distance bike ride, some of whom are basically elite cyclists. We're cycling across 2 countries, France and Belgium, to complete an almost 120-mile bike ride in 1 day, making it by far the longest ride I've ever done. The first major problem was that I didn't have a bike. However, amazingly, Evans heard about my trip and offered to provide the perfect bike and all the kit I needed for this adventure. I went into their local store in Brighton and they showed me my new bike, how to fix on the pedals, attach the new water bottles, and how to use the fancy electronic gears. It was all very exciting. After switching the tyres out for road tyres, adding some accessories and making a few adjustments, we had to plan how to get to France to start the ride. We convinced Steve to drive us to catch the ferry, but the next challenge was trying to fit all our bikes in his car. With a couple of hours before we were due to leave, and having had no sleep, I was wildly underprepared and seriously questioning whether I was going to be able to do this. But for me, that was half the fun. After an absolutely hectic evening, we got 2 hours sleep. It's 4:15. I don't think I've ever woken up at 4:15. I would have, back in the day, I would have just pulled an alarm out. True. Steve just making us coffee. Of course. Cheers. Got my AG1, getting some high protein smoothies in, although we can't blend in the kitchen because Sonny's asleep above us, so I'm going to go to the garage. Nice, get that in there.
When I did the route on Camus, basically I just did Dunkirk to Antwerp, but that shows the centre of Dunkirk, which is like 11 miles away from the ferry port. So it's an extra 11 miles on top of the 180k, so it's like 200k a day. I think we did 400.
Okay.
Check out my seat. Loads of f***ing room.
Right. Is my bike on the roof? Oh, honestly, careful of the bikes. Careful of Simon's rear derailleur, alright?
So with most of the crew together, me, Steve, Alex and Simon set off, buzzing with excitement, ready for the adventure ahead of us. As the sun was rising and the caffeine kicked in, we talked about the day ahead and the enormous distance we had to cover. We parked up in Dover, met up with our final team member, Ollie, and assembled our bikes. I reattached my saddle, put my wheels back on, and clipped on frame bags and stocked them with essentials for the day. Strapped on my new helmet, and we were off to the ferry.
Bro, my gears aren't working. What? My gears aren't working. No. So what do you think's wrong with my gears? The battery's come up.
Disconnected. He ain't got no gears.
Oi, I'm well excited.
Good, isn't it?
I've got all my raspberry flapjacks.
You got your jousting pole.
Got the electrolytes.
Oi, look at this cyclist. Look at this cyclist, man. Yes, sir.
So we're at the front of the line to get on the ferry. I think cars are just getting off now. Got the whole crew. Feeling good. Feeling excited. It's my first long distance bike ride really on a normal bike. Obviously I did the London to Africa on the recumbent, but yeah, I'm happy with my setup. Shout out to Evans again for kitting me out. Evans Cycles.
That's right.
All right, let's do this.
Just before boarding the ferry, I had thankfully managed to fix my gears. That would have been a disastrous start to the day.
So this is what you have to do when you park up on a ferry. Tie up your bikes. quite a few cyclists on this ferry. Okay, first stop. Just got some breakfast. They didn't have much vegan options in the fry-up, but I did get mushrooms, hash browns, baked beans, again double helping, and this chickpea mango masala wrap. After 2.5 hours sailing across the English Channel, we've arrived in Dunkirk. We need to grab our bikes very quickly because they've said if we don't get them unstrapped and off before the cars start, we have to wait to the end. So we're going to run and get them now.
Right off the bat, the boys hit it hard. I was sweating and breathing heavy within minutes and started to realise that this was a serious change of pace for me.
Oh, the villains joined us.
Oh,
You alright?
yeah, I think the way my hair was tied when we left, it's like creaking my neck up.
Oh, really? Oh, that always happens to me. I always panic.
Well, so far today, definitely a faster pace than I'm used to, but I like a good challenge. I think we're trying to cover almost 125 miles today, apparently. I don't know whether they're exaggerating, but I guess we'll see at the end of the day, which will be by far the most mileage I've done in a day. And we are setting off at 10 a.m. because of the time of the ferry crossing and change of time zone. Did we go the wrong way? Those boys went the other way. Right, we're getting off the road onto... Oh. 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 Yeah, my camera fell off my chest. Wow, that's lucky. If you drop these 360 cameras, because the lenses are domed, and it literally dropped and thankfully landed on the side, scuffed up the side, but that would have been like right off. Oh, this is beautiful. Little canal path.
Me and Ollie had lost the other three, so raced to the other side of town to try and find them.
Yo, I think we lost you. Where are you now? You're not waiting.
Oh, you're just ahead of us. Steve, go to the bridge. Go to where it crosses the river. We'll meet you there.
This is nice. On the canal. Yeah, I way prefer not being on the main road with cars. We're doing a 3-2 formation. I like that. Yeah. I just had a little buzz on my Apple Watch and I looked down and it said, "Welcome to Belgium." And then I asked the guys and apparently we've been in Belgium for like 10 minutes. So I don't know how far into our bike ride we are, but I feel like it's less than 2 hours. That's pretty amazing. We've just cycled across France. Well, maybe not across France, but out of France. Cycled in 3 countries already today. It's probably not even midday yet. What time is it? Just gone midday. It's pretty good going. Do you know what makes such a difference? I know this is kind of common sense, but being in peloton, right behind one of the other guys in their slipstream, feels like twice as easy to pedal.
You alright? I'm just depleted, bro. Actually, yeah. Okay.
Let's do food here.
Yeah. Come on, bro. Oh man.
We've stopped at our first cafe. 2 hours in? Have we done 2 hours?
Yeah, probably just
Pretty much. Fell over. And I'm pretty exhausted and ready for some food.
60k's down there.
Understatement.
60k's down. I feel good though, I just need a bit more energy. One of the important things to do when you're cycling and using this much energy is to replenish your calories that you're using. Unfortunately, this cafe hasn't got a huge vegan selection, so I've got salad and plain spaghetti, which hopefully will get me to Bruges.
Bruges, that's 10 miles,
Yeah. Okay. I'm not complaining though, you know, just have to make do. You reckon I should pour the vinegar in the spaghetti? I don't know about that. We just refilled our water bottles as well.
That is good content.
Refueled, back on the road. Honestly, might need a little bit more fuel. That plain spaghetti didn't quite give me enough, but you know, got to work with what I can. We're probably only an hour or less away from Bruges, so I might try and find something there just to keep me topped up. Oi, 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 oi.
This is as bad as the map. Definitely.
Yeah?
As bad. At least in map when you can stop and walk a little bit.
Yeah.
Over here you do that and then everyone's like 6 months ahead.
We are on the outskirts of Bruges. I think we're going to stop and get a little cheeky coffee. Oh, 4 minutes to a coffee shop. I quite like doing these little town rides as well because they're slower and more beautiful. I have been to Bruges before, but normally stopping on a longer road trip for lunch or something and then not really getting to look around much. I don't think I've spent any serious time here. I'm definitely feeling this pace is quite a bit above my comfortable pace for cycling. I think that's mainly due to, to the late start today. Oh, look at these lovely flowers. Cafun. Oh, almost fell off my bike again. Oh.
Steve, where are we?
We found a lovely little coffee shop in Bruges. Caffoons. We've arrived in Bruges.
Caffoon, Bruges.
I think it's Caffoon. Caffoon?
Cafune.
Yeah, Caffoon.
Cafune. And gonna get another coffee and very excited. There's some vegan pastry options, a little chocolate slice and banana bread. I'm gonna get maybe quite a few of those just to fuel up.
Or just
lunch
have
was-
on you.
Yeah, I think I should, bro.
Just keep them on you.
Nice. We've only what you said, 15 minutes? I think I'm gonna get a couple of them and a couple of them. Cheers, bro. Oh,
Bruges.
oh yeah, man. This looks good. After a much-needed pit stop, we hit the road. We were on a race against time, rushing to Antwerp for the 9 PM deadline to collect the key to our Airbnb. And if we didn't make it, we literally wouldn't have anywhere to stay that night.
We were chatting about this earlier. Cycling might be one of the best ways. I mean, I've said it numerous times in my vlogs, but normally referring to kind of very slow leisure cycling, but even kind of touring, road biking like this kind of speed could be one of the best ways to travel, even kind of long distances, because you're kind of slow enough to really take in your surroundings and admire the beauty, which you don't get to do as much when you're road tripping. I mean, you can do, but going through little towns and villages like this, definitely better than just hitting highways, motorways in vehicles. That's Bruges done, ticked off the list. Oh, I do feel incredibly recharged after that coffee and cakes. Don't know how long it's gonna last, but I feel good right now. I reckon my fitness is okay, like I can handle this. My only thing is fuel. So I feel like when I'm fueled up, I actually feel all right. Like, it's still hard, but I feel very fueled up now. Maybe it's the sugar rush I'm getting, but sugar and caffeine, I feel invincible.
As we cycled into the afternoon and we continued to push our bodies to their limits, I somehow got a rush of excitement and energy and felt completely high. I was in the zone.
I was definitely struggling a bit this morning. Before lunch, I was pretty depleted, and I've just found a second wind this afternoon. I've definitely enjoyed that coffee stop, getting some sweet snacks. The sun has just been lovely. We're getting into that golden hour. I'm feeling pretty fantastic. We've slowed the pace a little bit because basically Ollie and Steve are, I would call them elite cyclists. And me, Al and Simon, definitely not as fit as those two and definitely been more challenging. But weirdly, I've been finding it more and more enjoyable throughout the day. I thought I'd be getting more and more tired, but honestly, I feel fantastic. I think keeping fueled up as well has helped a lot. These guys are reminding me to eat.
Eat, Louis.
I've got it. It really changes everything. Before we had lunch, I conked out, bro. Those brownies saved the day for me, I reckon. Cookies.
You're high right now, right?
I'm high on sugar and maybe a bit of caffeine. I feel energized, bro. I find running way more mentally challenging than cycling.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I find this probably, it's challenging, but compared to the end of that half marathon, I find this 50%.
Sure.
Swimming is the big scary one for me.
Get there, bro.
Got the swimming hat.
Basically your personal trainer.
Yeah. Let's do an unofficial triathlon at some point, like a little, let's just do our own little one.
Come on, we're stopping in a little bit. Let's go. Okay.
Not far to the stop.
Just another 30 miles.
Pretty much. I love it, man. I love it, boy.
Oh. No, I'm feeling sweaty, bro.
25k to the stop.
Really? That's all right. What's that, 15 miles? Oh, yeah. Wait, where did that come from?
You had it in your thing, you're going to fall out.
Oh, you nabbed it off me.
After another hour or so, I felt a sudden crash and desperately needed to stop to rest and refuel.
Oxygen and Coke.
Yeah.
We don't need a meal, do we?
Is that all right for you, Louis, or do you want to find somewhere else?
No, I'm done. I need something.
I might see.
Crisps.
7.
They'll have something. They'll have bread.
Right.
So a 20-minute stop means that we are arriving at the apartment for 9.
We are 153 kilometres into the ride today. We've got 40 more to go before we get to our Airbnb in Antwerp. I'm pretty depleted. I was feeling great and then I just feel like I maybe skipped one of my top-ups to refuel, so I'm feeling like I need to eat. Thankfully we've stopped at this little kind of bar. We're going to see if there's anything, even a packet of crisps. Absolute result. 2 packets of crisps, a big packet of peanuts and a bottle of Coke. Oh, the low squat. It's 7:30. We're trying to get to our accommodation by 9 p.m. so we can finish the ride, get dinner, refuel, and then sleep ready for tomorrow morning. Feeling okay. Feeling like this might be the toughest leg for me. Feeling quite tired. Quite achy. Oh, it's been a bit of a roller coaster today. I've put my sunglasses back on just because there's a lot of like flies and stuff because we're cycling past fields and I don't want to get a fly in the eye. Just under 40k to go. Feeling pretty recharged.
You're up, man.
The sun is setting. It's 8:30. We're 15k away, and we just have a little lay down because I'm pretty cooked. I'm trying to muster the last bit of strength, but I am wiped. Steve, how many k have we done today? 180?
176 right now.
176 kilometres. That's well over 100 miles. Wait, everything's spinning.
Louis. Do you think you can do a back tuck right now?
No. Bro, I don't know if I could do a backwards roll.
Yeah, you could. Parkour.
A roly-poly.
I was following you out to the lake. That's alright. Right, the sun is set. We are entering Antwerp. We are 5 minutes from our Airbnb. I'm mustering the last little bit of strength just to get there. Getting a little bit excited to get off the bike, to be honest. It has been an absolutely mental day. I am just hurting all over. I'm quite proud of myself though. Definitely the fastest bike ride I've ever done. And honestly, this is the first kind of super long distance ride I've done on a normal bike.
Yeah, I know it's being weird in the brick.
Is that where our Airbnb is, the other side? Is there a tunnel? Maybe there's a tunnel. Yeah, that's a tunnel. We need to get over the river, and the route says just ride over the river, but we can't. I think there's a tunnel. We're gonna go check it out now. All right, we just came into an elevator on the street, and we're gonna go under the river. I am done. Donezo. Yeah. Oh, this is fun. What a fun end to the day. Unfortunately, this stairwell where our Airbnb is the smallest stairwell on earth, and we're gonna have to try and get our bikes up there. There's a full-on huge concert happening literally right outside our window. First of all, we had an absolute mission getting the bikes up here, but we got them in. And check this out, this is actually crazy. If you wanted to look at this from a positive perspective, we've got the best seats in the house. Literally balcony over the concert. Right, look at my legs. Oh, Steve. Steve got a little bit burnt today.
Good morning. Last night was pretty crazy. We managed to grab food and then we just crashed out about midnight. Got 9 hours sleep and I feel pretty refreshed. And now we're walking to a place for breakfast that Steve found called Andy's Coffee. My legs actually feel fine. I just feel overall a bit beaten up.
While we had breakfast, we planned our journey back. Everyone other than Ollie had opted out of the full day cycle back and instead booked a train back to Bruges, which still left us with a 50-mile cycle back to the ferry that evening.
We're back, checking out the Airbnb. This is how we have to get our bikes out of here. Down this tiny stairwell. This isn't the worst bit.
Okay, we're heading to a coffee shop. Second coffee shop of the day, third coffee shop of the day. I'm feeling body-wise, feeling fine, bro.
We're just not all built to be the athletes, do you know what I mean?
The Endurance Brothers.
Is that our channel, bro?
Antwerp's pretty nice, man. Down there.
To the left?
Yeah.
Cheers, boys. Oh, sorry, mate. Right, second bit of food for today. I got a rice porridge, vegan, with soy yogurt and granola.
We've got 10 minutes to catch our train, and the little cafe lock that Steve's put around our bike has seized, and we cannot unlock it. We're trying to cut combinations, will not open.
And we're kind of screwed. I cannot unlock it.
I'm really confused.
Alright, managed to cut the lock with some scissors we borrowed from the staff in the cafe. Bro, what the heck?
Baked in the sun, all that mechanism. Bro, we've got to catch a train now.
Okay, let's do it. We are rushing to the train station now. Hopefully we don't miss our train.
Luckily, one is literally there.
Let's do it. Is this bikes?
Quick lunch break before we hit the road. Right, to Dunkirk.
Even though we caught the train and halved our distance for the day, the morning of relaxing at coffee shops had meant we hadn't allowed ourselves enough time to get the ferry unless we increased the pace from the first day. I had kind of checked out and I was not mentally prepared for what was about to happen.
I'm really struggling today. We've done 44 kilometers in an hour and a half. We're basically coming up to halfway, but there's a real bad headwind, and yeah, I'm just really feeling it today. I don't know. Steve's leading the pack. He's keeping us at like 30 kilometers an hour, and I just can't do it. Okay. Feeling a little recharge, had some chips, a little snack, an energy gel, a Coke. We're actually trying to make it for the original ferry crossing, but it's cutting it very tight.
Part of the urgency was that Simon absolutely had to catch this ferry as he was leaving on a family holiday. So we all had to dig deep and I was really struggling.
Okay, we were supposed to get to our ferry to board 5 minutes ago, and Google says we're still 30-minute cycle, but we are cycling at a much faster pace than most people. I am running on fumes, completely depleted. This is tough. I'm really having to dig deep. I think after getting only 2 hours sleep the night before last, it normally takes 2 days for me to really feel the effect of missing a night's sleep. So I think it's just all hit me today and I'm just done. I feel like I've really let these guys down because I just haven't had it in me to push on, but it's looking like we might potentially make the ferry, and I'm just trying my best, you know? It's gonna be so upsetting if we miss it. Ferry leaves in 40 minutes.
It was at this point I had hit my low of the trip. I dropped behind the other guys and had started to give up hope. But mustered the last of my energy and somehow got to the ferry port with only minutes to spare.
I was done. I got done over.
Come on now, we made it, bro. We made it. Passport reference.
Don't worry. Relax.
How close was I to missing?
You were about to miss it and you are not. Just go quickly.
Thank you so much. Wow. Oh, that feels good. I can't believe we made it with like 2 minutes to spare. Is that our boy there? Boy check. I think I just didn't have the faith when we stopped. I was like, I think we're gonna hammer it and miss it.
That would be demoralising.
That's what I'm saying.
Now you feel achievement.
Boarding the ferry was the most incredible feeling. I was hurting all over and I needed a big meal, but was really proud of what I'd achieved.
Right, we made it back to the UK. We're going to be the first off the ferry. A tiny little bike ride back to the car. We did it. I'm very
How would you
tired.
summarise, Louis?
Challenging, fun.
Glad you did it.
Yeah.
You guys found today easier.
Yeah, but it still went good speed.
It was
And
good.
I think that everyone really clubbed together and made it happen today.
Yeah.
Don't think? Yeah, good team morale overall.
What an epic couple of days. Pushing myself to do something well out of my comfort zone. Facing this challenge and going through the tough mental struggle I'd experienced on our ride back had taught me a valuable lesson that we are capable of much more than we think in life, and we shouldn't limit ourselves. Also, that having supportive friends to face the adventure of life helps us achieve much more than we could ever do on our own. Big thanks to Steve, Ollie, Alex and Simon for letting me join on this adventure, and thanks again to Evans for kitting me out with my bike and making all of this possible. In my next fitness video, I face my biggest physical challenge yet. I've decided to run an unofficial marathon on my own with no training. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, follow my adventures and my vintage Beetle electric car conversion project. I'll see you next week. Peace.